everyone, and welcome back to Minecraft, my survival world here in Middle-earth. Now, it's been a little while since we were last here, and I've done some things which I'm not just going to show you yet anyway. But since the last episode, we have been iron mining, and we've also been coal mining as well. And we had to go to a peaks biome, I believe it is a mountain peaks biome. I'm sure you guys will be able to tell me, in order to get everything that we needed. Now, there is, where is it? Nope, there we go. So there is a lot of stuff here. Now, there is a diamond here, there is also a lot of iron, and there's also quite a few amethyst shards as well. And that's because I've been quite busy doing a lot of stuff, to be honest with you. And I think we'll just take you through it now. So I decided to build a giant hole underground, and I collected all of the resources that I could find. So I included gold, some redstone, some lapis, some amethyst, because you never know, but most importantly, diamonds. But with these diamonds, I put them to use making myself a pickaxe, grabbing some obsidian, and making myself a little nether portal. And then it was a quick dip into the nether to pick up some quartz. Needed quartz for the observers for my automatic sugarcane farm. Now I just made the collection system pretty basic with some flowing water, and then I set everything else up with observers and pistons, and it's easy, it's done. Basic, but it will see us all the way through. But what this all means is that I have now effectively finished. There it is, and it's basic, it's simple, but it works. And I've been spending a little bit of time just, AFK at this sugarcane farm just to try and build up quite a bit of sugarcane for my stores. And it's going to come in really useful when we can start making some, rockets, we can start making maps, we can start making books, we can do all sorts of stuff with it. So it's probably one of the most useful things to have at the beginning of any sort of world. And the best part in all of this is, we are now in Minecraft 1.19. So yep, we updated the world. We are now going to be going into the wild. And the reason why I say into the wild is because we have, I think, 3 types of trees. We've got acacia, we've got birch, and we've also got oak. And those are fine. Those are great. Those are, those will do most people. But I kind of want spruce. I know. It's like a meme at this point, to be honest with you. But at the same time, it works so well with a lot of builds. And also, I just wanted to show you, look, it's the little chest, and I can access it with all of my stuff. Oh yeah, and I've got a lot here, and some axes as well, because, we're gonna be chopping wood, that's for sure. But we are going to be doing some exploring into some of the wild zones. I kind of want to get spruce, I want to get dark oak for sure, and then I think the only other one is mangrove. Now, whether or not we'll be able to get that today, I'm not sure, but we can at least give it a go. And that's because this contraption here, it's ugly. It is completely ugly. We need to get it covered. We need to build over it. I am not in the interest of having my farms, my automated farms, out in display. I think it just looks terrible. I can't stand it when other people do it on their servers. I just think, unless you're going for that industrial look, it's not going to work with my little, fields of wheat and potatoes up there, is it really? We kind of have to have something that fits in with its surrounding. Now, I know that I said at the end of the episode 0 that we was going to build out pathways, that we're going to branch up here, and we was going to build into this city here. I kind of think that we might actually maybe do that. But I think the primary objective today is to get this thing covered, and it's to get a lot of resources that's going to see us through practically any sort of build that we want, really. So, with all of that being said, I think it's time that we suit up. That was the most slowest suit up I've ever done in my entire life. And I think that we can start exploring. Let's go get some spruce, let's get some dark oak, let's get some stuff, let's get this going, let's get building. Okay, I can see it in the distance, and if I use my little spyglass, there it is. So that is the dark oak forest. Got quite a few axes, so I think what I'm gonna do is, as well as collecting, this place is huge. Okay, as well as collecting some of the wood, I think I'm also going to pick up saplings too, because then I can, oh, there was one already, because that way then I can grow my own back at home. So give me a little while and we will just get as much as what we can do. I think we'll do a slight, mild little bit of deforestation, and then we'll be right back. Okay, brilliant. So I can now see spruce. That's... I didn't know that was gonna happen. I mean, like, literally, oh, yes, and some mossy cobblestone as well. Okay, right, I didn't know that could be a thing. I'm wondering if I just stick everything in this boat. We can throw all of this in here. Yeah, we'll do that. And then we can just collect from... Where's the best place? This bit's probably cool. We'll just do it straight from here. Alright, cool. I will grab up some of this stuff, and then I think the next one after that is going to be the mangrove. Turns out there's also a forest. A jungle, sorry. Not a forest. Well, this is a forest. This is a jungle. And I completely forgot that I also needed jungle wood as well. So I think we can pick up some jungle wood. Ooh, and maybe some bamboo as well. Yes, because I need to be building some scaffolding. And as soon as we come outside of the forest... Yep, this is a mangrove biome. I am having some incredible luck today, actually, I think, to be honest with you. Or maybe I'm probably spending a bit too much time exploring, maybe. I don't know. But either way, I can see down there the mangroves. I can see the mud, which I kind of want to get some of that and just to see. I know it's renewable, but yeah. I'm definitely thinking we have to bring some of that back as well. I'm gonna try and navigate my way down. There we go. There we go. All right, let's go and explore the mangroves. Let's go and see what's going on, because this is definitely into the wild sort of business here. Now we're truly in 1.19. Oh, it looks so cool. Oh, I don't like the squelchy sound. Oh, okay, so these are how the mangroves grow. So this is a propagule. So supposedly what you're supposed to do is, there you go. So you pick the propagule from the tree, and then I think that's it. I think you literally then just plant it, and then it grows into all of this, because from what I know, yeah, so the leaves can just be harvested. You don't actually need to do anything with them in order to get them. Okay, and the mud can as well. And then you can also get this, which is intertwined. Cool. So I'm just going to get rid of the string again. The everlasting string. Right, I see. Okay, so they don't need to be silk touched. And I don't believe the mud needs to be neither. No, so the mud just acts effectively like dirt, I guess, really, which shouldn't really be that much of a shock. Yeah, shock, horror, gasp. Mud acts like dirt. Anyway, so we will, I think, let's have a scout around and let's start picking up some propagules. And then I think what I'll also do is I'm just clear that out. And then where is there it is, my shovel. I think I'm just going to grab some of this mud. I don't like the squelchy sound. It sounds really gross. I just want to stack a bit. I don't even think I'll really use it that much. Yeah, there you go, stack. I think I don't know. I just kind of want to use it and see just how it all sort of goes down. And then I'm also really interested to see the mangrove wood itself. A frog! Look, a frog! Okay, that is cute. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. No, help me, frog. Help me. Where did he go? Right, where are you? Come back here. There he is. Oh no, he jumped. Where are you going? I am literally just stalking this frog. Oh, that's so cute. Okay, right. Let me get back to collecting some stuff. It's also like a summer's day in England, which is very unusual, to be honest with you, because we're normally known for like rain and wind and it being cold. So this kind of feels like the right sort of climate temperature. I'm not gonna lie. I'm feeling quite adventurous. I will not be surprised if more people don't start making like mangrove themed areas now. It feels like it's really going to. I can see it coming. Okay, I have 22 propagules. I don't want to leave. No, I'm gonna have to leave. I'm gonna have to because I need to go back to my own stuff. But it's so cool. I really like it here. This is a really great addition to the actual game. I don't care what anyone says. This is a great addition. We have got everything that we needed from this little trip. It's actually been very useful. But now the big adventure comes. Well, I say the big adventure. Now the work starts, I should say. We are going to have to build something which is going to cover over our sugarcane farm. Oh, it's a panda. I was wondering what that was. There it is. Hello, pandas. Anyway, moving on. We're going to have to build something which is going to cover our sugarcane farm. Now, I have a few ideas in mind. I'm not sharing anything just yet, but I do think that we're going to have to go somewhere along the lines of like fisherman style, fisherman sort of boat, something which is just basically going to look kind of rough and ready. And actually, the mangrove leaves, these would look really cool if you could use them as some sort of like wooden plank, if they could fit forward above the actual build design. I don't know, I'm going to try some things out. This is getting really exciting now for me to actually try and build this. Anyway, with a little editing magic, as it were, I will meet you back at our hover hole. And we are finally back. We have come back from our little adventure. And we've got everything that we kind of need, actually, to sort of build this up. Now, I've been digging it all off camera. You can actually see up there. I think you can see, yeah, the bamboo. But I have got everything that I'm going to need. So some dirt, some wood, and then all sorts of other varieties, especially stuff from like the mangroves as well. So I can't wait to get building in. Now, there is just one thing that I kind of have to go over. This is 1.19, and this is probably about 2 days after it was released. So the mods that I normally tend to use, because I don't really use that many, but I do use Optifine, and I do use the replay mod. Now, those are definitely not available at the moment. So what we're going to be doing is building this on camera, but I'm not going to be doing it where I'm taking you through step by step. That would take too long. Honestly, it would be quite boring. Yeah, I don't have the patience for it. You guys don't want to see it, but we are just going to speed this up if I can, if we can, and we'll just sort of get to it now. So buckle in, because you're about to get a first person perspective on building. Ready? Go. We're done. It's built, sorted, finished, kind of. Yeah, I don't think I like this bit. Here's the deal. This is supposed to be, Middle-earth inspired. This is supposed to be my adventures, and this looks great. This is building up nicely. I'm starting to extend everything down, and I'm starting to build it all the way around. It's gonna, this is really gonna come across quite well, because we're gonna build some more stuff just over the hills. And then we get to this bit, and it doesn't necessarily, I don't know, in my eyes, it doesn't necessarily look like it fits in. I like it. I like the build, but I'm not sure. I want it to look old, which I suppose was the reason why I've absolutely covered it in vines. But I think it's the roof that's throwing me off. I'm going to change these out to jungle wood, just so they look a little bit more, I don't know, one in, a bit more pinky, a bit more like it matches the environment. And then I think that the roof needs to be changed, and I think I need to change it to moss because that I think is what's throwing me off. Yeah, it just doesn't look right. It looks too modern to fit in with everything else. I mean, ignoring the village aside, because that's going to be completely revamped. It just doesn't fit in with everything else that's going on around here. So this is probably more like modern day builds. Yeah, it doesn't work. So I think what we'll be doing is we'll probably be spending some time at some point just changing that back out. But until then, let's have a look around. So I've created a little bit of a block layout. So this is some tuft, and then I've also got some mossy cobbles, some mossy brick, and then just some normal brick and some normal cobblestone as well. And then we've also put in some trapdoors just at the sides, just to look like those sort of, what are they called? Someone help me out in the comments below. It's like, I call them window shutters. I don't know if that's right. Anyway, and then the classic trick of putting trapdoors across the bottom here, and then I've bone mealed the ground as well. So I've just created a little bit of grassy sort of gardening structure, some moss carpet as well, and then a few pots and some flowers. Now this is black glass, and then you've got clear glass on the inside as well. It may be at some point that I change the inside to black glass as well, just so that then it's kind of, I don't know, blocking it a little bit more. You can't really see it, and when you're sort of standing from here, you can't really tell. It just looks like an empty building. But I do kind of want that covered, just so it's not that obvious. Now I've also gone across the front, just putting up some gates and opening them up just to kind of look a little bit like they're holding the lamps up at the top there. And then we've also got the doors which lead into nothing. But do you know what? This is my new AFK spot. So if I want to get some sugarcane, I could just stand here. I don't really need to sort of do anything because I'm fully protected. And because this is normal, zombies can't bash down these doors as well. And it's all lit up as well. So I just made sure that I went round, spammed a few torches in there just to make sure that nothing can spawn. On the ground, we've put some of the new mud with the vines in as well, and then just some normal mud, some moss, and then made it up into patchwork. This I kind of want to do a little bit more. I want to do the whole sort of texture field across here with some more moss blocks, some coarse dirt, some podzol, just try and do that. But I don't actually have any silk touch at the moment, so getting that sort of stuff is quite difficult. And then we've got, if we go around, these mangrove trees, which I just sort of spawned doing because I want it to feel overgrown. I want it to feel sort of not really looked after in a way, kind of like it's been here for a while, which I think is the reason why the roof needs to be moss. But anyway, how do you get the sugarcane? Well, I've got 4 red dots lying around the building. These are the new trapdoors from the actual mangrove tree as well. And I just put them here so that then I don't forget and go, how do I get in? So you basically just click them down, crouch, and there's another one under there as well. So if you go to the other ones, because that one's a bit more of a tricky location, so for example here, all you would do is just open it up, and then you can gain access to it straight away. Close it up again. And it just means that as you're running around, you don't really sort of tend to see them. They're not kind of out on display. It just makes it a little bit more hidden. And yeah, you can just gain access whenever you actually need it. There we go. And that's the build. Yeah, I definitely think it needs to be a must. But I mean, look at this, is naturally generated as well. I did not make this. I just placed one propagule on the floor and then bone mealed it, and boom, this is kind of what happened. So yeah, they look kind of crazy. I might want to fill out this with some more leaves. In fact, if anything, I think I have some here. Oh, I do. So yeah, you can just sort of boost this a little bit more if you really wanted to, and you could just kind of make it look really overgrown, and it just sort of thickens this up a little bit more and just makes it look, yeah, a little bit more sort of thicker in the tree department, and it just kind of makes everything feel even more overgrown, which is the kind of look I'm going for in this section. I don't really know why as well, to be honest, but I think it's just because I want this to sort of be, I don't know, not an abandoned shack, but a place where people used to go a lot but don't anymore because the new village is going to be over there and I'm sort of segregated away from it. So yeah, this is kind of like the go-between. However, there is more to do. A lot more to do. We are nowhere near finished yet. But for this episode, I think that the final finishing touch has got to be a bridge. We have to join this section here to this section here and land bridge the gap. How are we going to do that? Well, as you can see, I've just started placing down some cobblestone and we're going to make a bridge. We're just going to run straight across to the other side. No, I don't know if I have enough stuff here, but I have an eclectic range of items. How this is going to convert into a bridge, I'm not 100% sure. Also, I've never really done a bridge before, to be honest with you. So this is going to be a first one for me. I've done buildings, I've done hobbit holes, I've done gardens. You know, I can sort of make things look pretty and stuff. A bridge, that's a different story. Now, again, we are doing this a couple of days, well, we're doing this a couple of days into the new update. So there won't be a time lapse, but we'll do this together. So let's begin. I'm thinking we start off at the ground with gravel because that's just going to be easier for me to place. I can just sort of span this down and not really have to worry too much about the actual placement of it. Basic shaping first. Yeah, we'll do that. Right, okay, let's run across here and let's create a very simple sort of style. Starting to get the gist of it. Like I say, bridges are not my strong point. Maybe the arch is a little bit high, but I think once it's been detailed and running, it'll probably look a little bit more natural. Maybe we take it down one more. Yeah, that feels a little bit better. The other was just feeling a little bit too sort of cartoonified and really high, like I was building it like this and then over to the next side. This feels a little bit more like how it should be. Now we just have to create the actual this sort of enclavement of it. So basically this is what I've got everything else for. So I have some tuff, I also have some mossy cobblestone as well, and what we're effectively going to be doing here is trying to build a kind of curvature to this. And a lot of what I tend to do just doesn't tend to be practiced, or, you know, I had a rough idea in mind and kind of just went for it from there. The hobbit hole was completely from scratch. I just sort of jumped in at it. This is exactly the same as well. I'm not a giant planner unless you're effectively having to build something that's, you know, that's like a mega build. Mega builds take time, they take planning. You can't just jump into something like that and expect it to work out perfectly. So, but with a bridge, you kind of want it to be organic. You want it to be natural in nature and kind of like you've carved it in there or hand built it yourself. That's the whole point. So I'm going to, I think, lay the groundwork with gravel. Then I think I'll shift up to tuff. Then I think mossy cobblestone. And then I've also got bricks as well. Yeah, because then we can go into sort of like patchworking of mossy bricks and normal bricks. Have I got mossy bricks? Yeah, I do, yeah. So I've got mossy bricks, and I've also got some normals here as well. I think we can sort of build this to kind of almost replicate what we've got here, which is because it's around water, it's going to get mossy. Something like this is a little bit too... It's a very blank canvas, and I kind of want to do all the detailing in one, not just create the structure and then be like, we'll detail it later. No, I kind of want to do this all in one step. Something like that, for example, is terrible. This is normal Minecraft generation, and it just places one or two blocks of moss here and there just to kind of do it. You want it to look more sprawled out. You want it to look like it's really catching in. Moss doesn't affect just like one part of the building. It affects it all. So you kind of want this to feel like the bridge is enclosed, encaved almost in moss, because it's, you know, effectively it's been here for a long time. So I think what we'll do is we'll start out by taking this, and then I think we can work on the underbit. I'm not a massive fan of working underwater, but at the same time, it is what it is, so I think we just have to get to it. Alright, let's take a little step back. I've sort of filled in the rocks a bit. Yeah, I'm not loving that bit. I need to sort of bring this front and back so that then it sort of settles in a little bit more, because here looks fine. It sort of builds up and then builds around. You're kind of trying to create a sort of archway from it. Yeah, I think we'll just quickly do that now. Give me a moment. Okay, better I suppose. I mean, for what it's worth, it'll look better once we start throwing some stairs into it, which I think we're going to do now, actually. Yeah, we can create some more cobblestone. Just give me one moment. Okay, so from up here, it doesn't look too bad, actually, to be honest with you. It does need stairs under here to create a more rounded effect. We also need stairs across here in order to create a more sloping effect. But for now, this isn't too bad, actually. This is work. Yeah, okay, so it just looks a little bit more filled in. The edges don't look quite as neat, but it looks terrible because it is literally all just cobblestone, as you can see. I've peppered this about just a little bit. I don't want it to look too mossy up on this top bit because this will have been heavily trodden upon. So we're kind of just making it sort of blend a little bit, with its surroundings. Because if you think about it, people are going to be walking on this, it's not going to be too bad. Plus, I'm going to be mixing in some of the bricks as well, so I just kind of want to go a bit sparing, because most of this is going to have to go on the outside of the actual walls themselves. This is why I hate doing this. So basically, I have to bob up on the water, like so, which is already, and then knock out holes, and then basically dot them about, there we go, where I want them to be. It just takes forever. And then not to mention the fact that there is always a drowned somewhere. No, we're good. Right, okay. Let's just keep bobbing along. It's done. Finally. And we can see it here. Oh, it looks so cute. So let's go through it. I have made some little bushes just at the side here, and I've just done that with some mangrove leaves and also the little stems. And then I've also put in some little vines, and then deep in this arch, just mixing in different types of stone. I've put some mud around the sides as well, and then a few of the mud vine leaves. And then onto the actual surface we have some mossy carpet, another barrel, some little buttons which obviously do nothing, and then we've also created some pillars and we've put the lanterns on top of these as well. We've got a pressure plate, again does nothing, but it gives depth, which is kind of the thing which a lot of buildings tend to lack, because you kind of want different levels, different layers and different sort of things going on with it. And again, we go over to the side, just mimics it around just as we get to here, which is where we've got some more bushes, some more mud, some more sort of detailing work. And when these vines grow, they're going to be so cool because they will dip where our little tunnel is here. So they're going to create a sort of elongated vine effect, which is going to look, like it's old, like it's built in. And I think it just looks really cool. Let's have a look at it from a distance. Ah, yes. And the sun goes down and it looks really good. It's basically just how I kind of wanted it to turn out. This could probably be a little bit more curved, but for the first time that I've ever really built a bridge, I'm quite happy with it. And it sort of blends in with the surroundings. It kind of leads up into here, and it sort of leads you into this kind of direction there. And I've lit up all of the path across this bit as well, and because the bridge lights up, it looks good from a distance. We are getting there. But what does this mean then for next time round? Because we've done this, we've basically expanding our little farm and our hobbit hole just as we sort of go along. So you're probably wondering what's next on the agenda. Well, let me sleep first and then we'll get right to it. Next on our giant adventure for what is going to be this giant world is basically the village. I'm pointing at it. You can see me pointing at it. Is that right there? The villages never look that great. And the first thing I want to do is make myself a villager trading hall. And the only way to do that is to make myself a villager breeder. And the only way to do that is to actually start messing around with redstone and things that I am not 100% certain on, some villager mechanics there. And this also means that I'm kind of going to have to set up a bunch of hobbit holes, because this breeder hall is going to be huge, but at the same time I kind of want off branches from it as well. For those, those special kind of villages that, just need their own little place. It's going to be a monumental task, but I think that we can get it there together. So I'm going to say that we've pretty much reached the end of today's episode, especially if I want to try and get this out in time. But yeah, I am super happy. We have created a little fishing hut. We've created, which is disguising our sugarcane. We've created a bridge which is leading us over into the village. We have started to expand all of the farmyards here. We've got diamonds, we've got gold, we've got everything. We've begun. And most important thing is we've got the spyglass. But that is all from me. So I want to say thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments what your favorite thing is. Let me know if you also think that the roof should be moss. It definitely should be moss. Don't be surprised if next time you come round it's changed to moss. And also, whilst you're there, why don't you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications for when I upload? Really helps me out a lot. And best part, it's free. But that is it from me, you guys. I am going to mess around a little bit more, maybe go and get some moss. Maybe I'm just going to take a break because this was some building intensive work. And I shall see you next time. Goodbye. Bye. Bye.